This instructional video will help you learn and master each movement before advancing to the follow-along version. Pause and rewind often, and move on only when you feel confident. Hi, welcome to the final week of Primal 7's Lower Back and Sciatic Nerve series. I'm Jenna Ellis, physical therapist for Primal 7. As a reminder, the purpose of this series is to improve flexibility of the spine, re-educate the muscles surrounding the core, the lower back, and the hips to engage properly, reduce tension on the sciatic nerve, and finally, to put all these together to work on achieving full range of motion of the spine with proper movement mechanics. In this video, we will use 7 exercises to increase our work capacity and output. Our training format is staying with repetitions, but we're increasing the amount of time that we're working for. Our focus is on maintaining the form and technique we learned in last week's video to build endurance through more repetition. Our band will be set at mid-shin, the rings will be locked, and the safety covers for the band release levers will be pulled all the way up. The purpose of preparation is first to do a quick alignment check and to practice stacking all the joints of the body in good alignment for efficient movement. Second, to increase range of motion in all the areas that we train. And finally, to increase circulation so that our body is warm and ready to move. In this sequence, we will use the T-spine twist to open up our chest and create space in our upper and middle back. Second, back bends to increase spinal extension and to reduce tension on our sciatic nerve. And finally, the hamstring stretch to create space and flexibility in the backs of our legs. We will start with the T-spine twist for 30 seconds. To set up for the T-spine twist, you'll come into the band and place it right underneath your shoulders. Come into your primal lean and set your hands gently on green. From here, you'll sweep your right arm out to the side and stop when you feel a gentle stretch in the front part of your chest. After that, bring the hand right back to green and you'll alternate over to the left side. We want to see this done for 30 seconds. Make sure you're keeping a nice even rhythm as you go from right to left. Make sure that your hips aren't twisting from side to side and that your butt's not sagging back. Make sure you stay in your nice line. Also, make sure you keep your eyes centered on the anchors. After you're done with 30 seconds, come back to center and you're already set up for your next exercise, the back bends. To get set up for your back bends, you'll place the band underneath your shoulders. Come into your primal lean, butt tight, belly tight, making sure your knees are straight as well. From here, you'll move your arms up until your biceps are just on the outsides of your ears. Your eyes can follow your hands up as well. We'll keep going for 30 seconds. Make sure you're staying in your good alignment. We don't want your hips sagging or your knees bending. Also, we want to make sure that you're breathing nice and evenly in through your nose and out through your mouth. No holding of the breath. After you're done with your 30 seconds, you'll walk to the door, turn around, and place your left foot underneath your body. Your right heel will then be placed into the band, and you'll be set up for our hamstring stretch. To get set up for the hamstring stretch, you'll put your left foot centered underneath your body and your right heel in your band. Bring your hands behind green and you'll slide your right heel down and out until you feel a gentle stretch in the back of the leg. You can always use your hands to press gently against green for a bigger stretch. With each rep, try just to go a little bit further than you did the time before. If at all you start to feel unbalanced, first bend your knee, get your balance, reset, and then try again. After you've done 5 reps on the right leg, bring the leg out, and then switch to the left. Again, we want to make sure that our hips are centered and we're not going from side to side. Also, it can be helpful to pick something about 10 feet in front of you to focus on. After you've done your 5 reps on the left side, you'll either go back to round 2 of T-spine twist or walk the band out, place it at your hips to get set up for your next exercise, the Superman alternating arm and leg hold. In last week's training video, we practiced maintaining perfect alignment as we move between start and end positions of our exercise. In this week's training video, we will continue to practice holding that alignment with movement, but we are going to add in a more challenging balance component and also work on our endurance. In this sequence, we will use an alternating Superman in order to challenge our coordination and increase our balance and control. And second, we will continue with bridging to work on strengthening our lower body and core muscles and work on endurance of these muscles. We will first start with the alternating Superman for 30 seconds. To get set up for your alternating Supermans, you'll come into your Primal lean and place the band around your hips. This exercise can get a little bit tricky, so if you need to slow down for a little bit and get your rhythm, that's completely fine. Feet will go about a hip's width apart. From here, you'll start with your right arm and your left leg. Reach them back, keeping your abs tight and your butt squeezed. When you're doing this, your foot placement is actually pretty important. If you find that you're off balance, make sure you stop, get your footing a little bit better. You might need to widen your feet or bring them a little closer together. Whatever works best for your balance. Make sure you get that right. That's a crucial point. Also, make sure you're keeping your abs tight. We don't want your back bowing. We want to keep our pelvis in a neutral position. Make sure you're breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. No holding of the breath. After you're done with 30 seconds of alternating Superman reaches, you'll come out of the band and lay flat on the ground. You can then scooch forward and put your heels in the band with your knees straight. You'll then be set up to start your bridging. To set up for the bridge, you'll lay flat on the floor with your feet in the band, about a hip's width apart. From here, squeeze your abs in nice and tight, flatten your back against the floor. This will be your starting position. Then you'll squeeze your butt and lift your hips up to about parallel with your body. Pause for a second and then return to start, making sure you flatten your back against the floor in order to get to that starting position again. You'll repeat this for 30 seconds. It sort of feels like you're trying to lift your butt away from something that's hot. If you start to feel like this is putting too much strain on your lower back, go back to stop, reset your abs, and keep your back flat on the floor. If you need to, don't lift up as high, just a little bit off the floor. After you're done with your 30 seconds, you'll either stand back up and get ready for the alternating Superman reaches, or you'll come out of the band, lay flat on your belly, and put your hands just outside your shoulders. You'll then be set up for your COBRA press-ups. The purpose of restoration is to cool down and to give the muscles we worked a chance to relax. Second, to improve our lumbar spine flexibility in extension. And finally, to give gravity a chance to help take some tension off our sciatic nerve. In this sequence, we will use a COBRA press-up to help improve spinal extension and also to help gently push our disc back into place. And finally, we will do a prone lay to help promote relaxation and also to help put ourselves in good spinal alignment. We will begin with the COBRA press-ups for 5 reps. To get set up for your COBRA press-up, you'll lay flat on the floor on your belly. Squeeze your butt and you'll put your hands just outside your shoulders. Then, using your arms, press your chest away from the floor, just as high as you are comfortable with your lower back. We'll repeat this for 5 reps. When you're doing this, make sure you root your shoulders down and back. We don't want your shoulders eking up towards your ears, creating tension on your neck. Also, keep your chin tucked, keeping your spine in good alignment. After you're done with your 5th press-up, fold your hands one on top of the other and then lay your forehead down on them. You'll be set up for the prone lay for 30 seconds. To get setting up for laying prone, you'll lay flat on your belly and cross your hands one on top of the other. Then you'll rest your forehead right directly on top of your hands. Breathe deeply for 30 seconds. If laying flat on the floor is too much for you, you can always fold up a towel or a blanket and place it underneath your hips. After the first week, we'd like you to try to completely take away that towel and lay flat again. After 30 seconds is up, sit on up and take a deep breath. Avoid bending forward so that you're not reversing the action that we just did of helping push the discs back into place. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. With the restoration complete, congratulate yourself on completing this series. You've taken the time to work on weaknesses and also challenged your body to do new things. Don't forget the cues that we worked on in this series, such as zipping up your abdominals before you lift something from the floor. It can also be as easy as maintaining correct alignment and posture as you pull on a pair of pants. In this final segment, we worked on challenging our body with endurance, but at the same time, engaging our core muscles along with our upper and lower body. Our core ties these two things together, and when it is weak, things can become out of balance and cause dysfunction. In the future, if you start to feel out of alignment, go back and revisit these cues and tools in this series to help stop the progression of dysfunction. Remember, you can come back and refer to any part of this series anytime you need. The focal points continue to matter regardless of what modes of exercise you're using, whether it be in the Primal 7 unit or anywhere else. Thank you so much for following along, and keep up the good work.